flow.
We
Put it in the
are
flow.
live. Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, along with my co-host, my partner in crime for 340 days in a row, Fred Blanton.
I feel like it's almost 400. Is it not
I don't
almost
really know.
400?
I think it's about 340. It's like the number in my head. Yeah. So not too shabby, Fred Blanton.
What time do we do this, Monday through Friday?
Set live 7:55 to 8:10 a.m. It's the greatest. What kind of show is this? It's the
This
greatest.
is the #1 live streaming mindset show at 7:55 a.m. East Coast time in the universe. But I got a question for you.
Okay. Yep.
So let's say it's New Year's Day or Christmas morning or Thanksgiving. There's no way you guys would still show up at 7:55 and do this show, right?
We snap the ball every single weekday morning.
Everyone.
Every weekday morning. We will always be here live at 7:55. When we're having computer problems, when we're having a bad day, when it's Christmas, when it's Thanksgiving, I want to be here for 15 minutes. I want to be here with my boy Fred. I want to get our minds right. I want to get our bus riders' minds right. It's how we do things, Fred.
Oh, now I do have a question for the bus riders.
What is it?
If you live in Sparkle City, are you showing up for the turkey trot Thursday morning so we can put you on live?
Oh, come run with the dude and Fred on Thursday morning. Wouldn't that be a good old time? You can have donuts after the run down here at Little River.
Yeah, that is an option. Coffee and donuts afterwards, provided by F3 Ironworks, your local Spartanburg F3 organization. Iron sharpens iron.
I love it. I love it. I would like to say that we missed you this morning.
Yeah, F3 workout. Yes, sir. I had to make a business decision. I have to burn the candle this evening.
You put in some long days, and sometimes sometimes I don't blame you. I just said you do more than the average dude. You do more than the average dude. You stay busy, Fred. How do you do it all?
It's tough. And some mornings you have to look at the rest of your day and say, you know what? I got 2 difficult games coming up this evening.
Ooh, let's go.
I need all I got. I'm going to need it.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you've got good energy, your calls are probably look, everybody, including officials, police officers, anybody that's got to make judgment calls, the better they feel, the more on their game they are. You can have a better night than some other nights just from the way you feel. Is that true?
Absolutely, because you know what happens when I blow the whistle? Everybody in the gym looks at me.
You know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that. I want Russ Hammond to blow a whistle up at Red Wing Shoes, get everybody's attention, have them come in there and get a pair of Red Wings.
You know what Russ Hammond could use?
What?
You know those wavy things that out front, he needs a average dude version of one of those that's wearing like some big old Red Wing boots just out front, waving people in there. The hair flopping.
The hair flopping, the hand waving, and Red Wing Rush. I'm really liking the alliteration with all of our great bus riders. So your nickname's coming. If you don't have a nickname, it's on the way. Antarctic Mike. We can't change that. Antarctic Mike is that's what he will always be. If you don't know the story, go back and find the episode, right, Fred?
Absolutely. What about Paul Pappy? What's on your mind about Paul Pappy?
Paul, he's got a nickname, and I can't find what it is. I call him Paul Pap sometimes. People person Paul, but it's not. It hasn't landed where I'm like, yeah, that's it.
If he was a wrestler, he could be Paul the Pacifier Pappy, and his finishing move could be like 2 fingers in your mouth till you choke out.
I don't know why I saw that so clearly. Hey, there's good morning to Gary. Let's go. Great to see Gary. You know, yesterday, I do want to talk about yesterday a little bit. When I see Gary's name, this is a mindset show. And yesterday I don't know if y'all can tell or not. I try to cover over these sorts of things, right? You're socially, I was so stressed. And we started that. And of course, you're being Fred and I'm being me.
I was
And
being
then
very gentle. Yes.
you're being so gentle with me, But after that was over, y'all, because I turned that sidetracked morning around, I went from stress to ended up feeling pretty good. It helped me for the rest of the day. And Gary piled on. You remember he wanted a pen with the he had a spineless pen. He said, you need that pen. I said, my goodness, they're all jumping on me. But you know what? You grow. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. At the end of the day, you kind of laugh at yourself. It's silly, right? You can get
Yeah.
all worked up over these little small things. I wanted to bring that up. I saw Gary and it made me think about it, Fred. DJ, good morning, the Energy Bus crew, and love to see Joe here. Buongiorno. And then Gary. I talked to Gary the other day. Great to see you here. I'm gonna have to get him back in the hub.
Yeah.
There he is, Paul Papp. And Mr. Aaron Jacobitz. Did you miss me this morning at F3? Tell Aaron what would happen if he started going to F3. Tell him what now he doesn't live close enough probably, but tell him about his experience at F3. How would that go?
There is one close to him, I guarantee it. But
Absolutely.
First of all, it would build his physical strength, mental strength, and fantastic relationships come out of F3.
Gosh, Aaron's so good at networking. When you're networking and kind of getting that compound effect of networking and doing something good for you at the same time, that's a big deal. Hey, look at here what Joe says. He says curiosity is key. Let life surprise you. I'm not going to even attempt that middle part. You're more than welcome to.
No,
Curiosity is key. Let life surprise you. Get out there and find and do new things. What you think?
I think you should call your pappy.
Oh, Pappy. I love it when you call me Big Pappy. I have several nicknames: Pappy, Big Pap, the Sandwich. The list goes on. But we always give folks in F3 a nickname, right? We give folks a nickname, and that allows us to kind of see who they are. Instead of Freddie, it's Freddie at Bobcat. It's Skidmark. I almost forgot your F3 name there for a second. But it tells us a little bit about the person instead of their name. How do you feel about that?
I like it.
I do too, because it helps us to know a little bit more about Paul. Paul is Paul. There's a lot of Pauls, but there's only one Paul Pappy.
You know what we would call Emma?
What would we call Emma? We got to get Emma a nickname. I need to know Emma better. I don't know Emma good enough to.
Well,
to
just off the information I got yesterday, we would have to call her Plankenstein.
Plankenstein. I don't like it. I like it. Don't ever if Emma ever challenges you to a plank, you better be ready. If she knows good form and she's throwing out numbers like 5 minutes, that's legit. So, hey, one of the things that you talked about yesterday, Fred, was going back to school, the school bus. And it made me think, did you have maybe a favorite subject back in school?
I did.
Anything? Recess. I did too. I loved recess. I loved recess. Lunch was fantastic. What? Gym was good. You are naming all of my favorite classes.
Journalism.
I liked all those.
It would lead up to my least favorite being anything to do with math.
Anything to do with math. Your least favorite subject was math.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's what I was wanting to talk about this morning. Yeah, I liked math. I liked spelling. Now I didn't like to study, but I did like math, and some of the things about math that I liked, I think they say things about, like this morning you were talking about you were listening to this guy that made me think of it, GC, Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
And he was talking about good problems. I've never met a good math problem. We're always trying to solve problems. What's a good problem?
A good problem is what he was referring to is when, let's say I've got somebody in my office, we're signing some paperwork on a Bobcat, the leading compact equipment in the industry. And we walk out, we shake hands. The guy's going to load up his machine. I walk out here to the showroom and there's 4 people out there waiting. And they all say, "Hey, are you Freddie? I'm here to see you." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I got a problem. I got 4 people out here." That is a good problem.
It's a good problem. I loved what he said. Somebody ran up to him. He was getting ready to have a seminar. And they said, "Oh no, we've got a major problem. We've got too many people here. We ran out of chairs." Now we've got a situation. We've got a situation. But why do you think he likes to talk about that? If we're worried about having too much of a good thing, what might that cause us to do?
I believe his approach is you have to have the mindset shift, because you may have been taught growing up like, "Oh no, now what are you going to do? You've got 4 people out here waiting on you. God, yeah, what's going to happen now?" And you got to switch it to, boom, man, I got 4 people out here waiting on me. Hey, I need you to take this guy to show him this machine. You come on back here with me. If you can hang out 7 more minutes, me and this guy will be ready. We'll be right back. Good problem.
I love it.
Which
I just read a book. It was the first time I'd read a book by this author. It was recommended to me. It's called The 4 Conversations. I'm going to be talking about it more in the future. I really like a lot of what he's doing, but to sell without pitching, that's his thing. But something that he said that you alluded to, you can have the greatest offering, framework, sales presentation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you don't have the mindset, if you're in this state of, "Oh no," you're not in a position to lead when you're thinking, "Oh no." So it's what his point was, Fred, is mindset drives the framework.
Yeah. So
mindset.
Let's think about this. You go, Aaron Jacobitz goes to a company here locally who may have a home office in St. Louis, and he's prepared his presentation to take care of these 3 locations in the upstate. He shows up to the boardroom and they're like, "Hey, by the way, Mr. CEO just happened to fly down last night. We didn't know he was going to be here, but he's going to sit in on this meeting." Aaron may not have been prepared for that, but is that a good problem or a bad problem? And would he be ready to shift it to, "Oh, I got the big dog in the house"? Or would he be like, "Oh, no, what am I going to do? They got the president and CEO here"?
The quote, "The only thing to fear itself." The only thing to fear is fear itself. Yesterday, I've always been scared. I want to do a good job. I want to start this live stream and everything to go well. Yesterday, it was the things that didn't go well. It was problems. But if we're growing from something, right? If something happens, it's a negative situation, and now we're experiencing and we're making it through, we're overcoming it. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. The new information, the new scenarios that we're faced with, we overcome it, and we realize there's no monsters under the bed. We shine the light in the darkness, and we experiencing. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. We learn and grow. Sometimes we might be from a problem.
A lot of times it's from a problem.
A problem. I mean, let's just say, for instance, yesterday, everything went perfect. And was that me? Was that my face? Let's say yesterday that everything went perfect. Would it have been a successful show? I don't know. Not as successful as doing it wrong and overcoming, because then you learn something. It's a good problem.
It's a good problem.
Now what? Now you got to do the final thought.
Ooh, well, I mean, I guess it would be easy to say, look, today, if you run into a situation, is it a problem or is it an opportunity to grow? Holla.
I love it. There it is. Bada boom, bada bing. See you tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving week. We're going to be here every day. Live, 7:55. Get your mind right. See y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Watch out for spiders.